Green Pill community, we are back. Like I said, with the back to back is a double feature Friday. This one is going to be for my friend, and she requested this from personal experience. It's about pit bulls. If you're a pit bull owner, I've been one in the past on multiple occasions. You know the stigma, bullshit stigma that's behind them about them being automatically aggressive and excuse me, being automatically aggressive and violent and dangerous towards any and everybody. And I'd like to retort that nonsense because what it comes down to is, and what the video is called, is going to be product of their environment. The problem, what it comes down to is who is the owner? How did they raise them? If it's an owner that's aggressive who only feeds them like raw steaks and raw meat and not the normal food, and doesn't really take them on walks and keeps them outside and shows them no love and only shows them affection when they do violent things, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen, people? And then you can look at the opposite spectrum where it's an owner who actually shows love and care and affection for them and bathes them and takes them on walks and gets them chew toys and gets them like little doggy ice creams, things of that nature, and gets them like the stuff to take care of their stinky ass breath. Yeah, I said it, they breath stinks. That's on a side note. But like I had a pit bull when I was younger, named Pieces. He was a tiger striped brindle, and sweetest dog you'd ever meet. Like it was to the point where, and this is how you want to know how you don't know who defunks this whole fucking argument. I'm an eyewitness to this shit. There was one day I took him on a walk, and we didn't even get down the fucking hill of my neighborhood. And for whatever reason, I'm talking, we didn't even reach the tip of the damn hill. We got to maybe like close to the top, and then he just dipped back to the house. And I'm looking like, hey, look, this is a grown ass pit bull. He's pretty built. Like it looked like he was a small fucking dog. He was a built pit bull. But he ran off before he even seen or sniffed what was coming. What the hell you think I did? I dipped right behind him and we went right back to that. There was no walk that day. Let me just tell you that. There was no walk. So that defunks the whole little bullshit of pit bulls being dangerous, of course, because of the stigma and the nonsense that y'all put out there, and because of the videos that are out there, due to dipshit owners who treat their pit bulls like shit and train them to be vicious. That's why y'all have the depiction the way that you have it. But for the competent owners who actually care for their dogs like any other dog, no matter the breed, a dog is a dog. They all have the same emotions. You can turn any breed of dog that type of way if you treat them like shit. Does that make sense? So we're gonna ban Chihuahuas. We're gonna ban Dalmatians, and Labradors, and all these other fucking dogs if they end up getting too aggressive because of the owners fucking breeding them and treating them the way that they treat them, or is it only pit bulls and Rottweilers because they're so fucking big and look so fucking intimidating? You just don't feel comfortable. That's what it is, people. You don't feel comfortable. And that's complete bullshit because until you can't paint, you can't judge a picture. Can't judge a picture. Whatever the hell it is, you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I forgot what the fuck's saying is, but you can't, whatever. You can't judge somebody by the first impression before you get to talk to them. It's pretty much what the fuck I was trying to say. So just forget all that other shit I just said. You cannot judge a person are an animal by your first impression before you even get to speak to them. Why don't you get to know them? Why don't you go out there and check on them? You know, if they end up being aggressive and you can actually get a diagnosis and analysis on how said person or animal is, then okay, you have a well choreographed and well analyzed decision at that point. But for you to judge a fucking person or a fucking said animal based off the reputation that has been put online and said by others because of the shit that's been put out there and because of the owners they've had personally, completely dilutes all the good ones that are out here that wouldn't hurt a fly, that have great owners who actually take care of them and actually give a shit about what they're doing to their dog and what they're putting into them and how they're treating them. That's what it all comes down to. People like, we need to stop judging book. That's what the fuck it was. Judging books by their cover. Damn it. Okay. I don't know where I was going at before, but yeah, you gotta stop judging books by their cover. Like, not all pit bulls are savages or dangerous or looking to eat you or bite you or looking to grouch you. And a lot of them are very sweet. A lot of big dogs are very sweet. It's all this comes down to the owner, and that's really who I'm pointing to. Like, you fucking owners, like, if your pit bull is aggressive, that's who y'all need to look at. Y'all need to look at how you raise your pit bull. Like, he's not aggressive for no fucking reason. Like, especially if you got them as a baby. Like, that's how we got my dog Pieces. Like, we got him as a baby, and he even grown was a baby. I told you he ran before I ran. How the fuck does that work? You supposed to protect me. What the fuck am I supposed? What you protect you from what? I was skin and bones back then. Okay, that wasn't happening. So we were either I was getting rebalanced or we were both getting rebalanced. Or we chose option C, which was to dip. But yeah, pit bulls are not, they're not the savages that people like to depict them out to be. They're very good dogs. They're very loyal. They're very sweet. It just all comes down to how are you treating them personally as an owner. If you're treating them like shit and you're slapping them around and you're keeping them outside consistently and you're starving them and then you're feeding them when they do something savage, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do when they meet other people? And you don't have them around other people on top of that, how the fuck do you think they're gonna act? It's like raising a child. Like, raising, and not to be funny, but raising animals and raising children are very similar. Like, you have to be very delicate with both and not be a complete dick or asshole in the process. As long as you don't do that, I think they'll both be okay. But unfortunately, because we're not all set as robots or androids, everybody has their own personal style and twist on how they like to raise their animals up. So you're going to get these jackasses that do this stuff. And unfortunately, it's diluted all the good that comes from having pit bulls, and it raises that stigma as far as them being completely dangerous and nobody want to be around them or being very cautious. Like, that's not, they're not fucking dangerous as long as the owner is competent in what the fuck they're doing. But that's why I want to get out there. Like, just hold these fucking owners accountable. Is really the main message. It's not the pit bull's fault. It's the fucking owner's fault. So anyway, this is Jay's perspective. Green Pill community. That is the double feature Friday. Love you guys. Talk to you here soon. I'll be dropping some shorts, of course. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification button. Pass this thing around, and you guys have a great rest of your Friday. Peace out.